Hey everyone! Welcome to Medical Interview Simulation in English. Today we're going to practice medical interviews based on questions from the Japanese National Medical Examination. We'll turn these exam questions into real-world conversations between Dr. Satomi as the physician and Umi Yamazato as our patient. I'm Yamato, and I'll be your guide through this practice session. Our goal is to help healthcare professionals get better at talking with patients through these realistic scenarios. Alright, for today's practice, we're using a case from the National Medical Exam. Let me introduce Umi-san, who is a 67-year-old male. We'll see how Dr. Satomi handles this consultation.
Good morning, Umi-san. I'm Dr. Satomi. Could you tell me what brings you in today?
Well, this morning, while I was eating lunch, I suddenly started having trouble swallowing.
Trouble swallowing? I see. When did this start exactly?
Just after lunchtime, I guess, this morning, and I got a headache and felt dizzy and sick. I even threw up a little.
So, around lunchtime, you started having trouble swallowing, with a headache, dizziness, and nausea, and you even vomited a bit. And have you had any other symptoms since then?
Yeah, I also noticed that my voice was hoarse and it was hard for me to talk. When I tried to drink some water, I choked.
Okay, and have you ever had trouble swallowing or speaking like this before?
No, never. This is the first time anything like this has happened.
Okay, just for my records, do you have any medical history, such as high blood pressure or diabetes?
Yeah, I've had high blood pressure for about 27 years now.
And are you taking any medications for that?
Yes, I take medicine for high blood pressure every day.
All right, that's helpful to know. Now, I'd like to ask you a few questions about your lifestyle, if that's okay. Could you tell me a bit about your daily life? Who do you live with?
I live with my wife, just the two of us.
And do you work, or are you retired?
I'm retired now.
I see. And if you don't mind me asking, do you smoke or drink alcohol?
I've smoked about 10 cigarettes a day for 45 years. I only drink occasionally.
Thanks for sharing that with me. Now, going back to the swallowing problem, you mentioned it happened while eating. Has this made it difficult for you to eat or drink since then?
Yes, I can't eat or drink anything right now. I'm worried about that, you know.
I understand. That must be quite concerning. And has this had any effect on other aspects of your daily life? I mean, has it made it hard to do anything else you would normally do?
Well, mostly it's just scary, you know. It's hard to talk and I'm worried it will happen again when I try to drink something.
Of course, that makes sense. And how is your wife handling all this? Is she able to provide you with support at home?
Oh yes, she's very worried and she came with me to the hospital today. She's been a great help.
That's great to hear that she's there for you. Now, I understand this is all very sudden and concerning, but I want to assure you that we're going to do everything we can to figure out what's going on. You're doing the right thing by coming in to have this checked.
Thank you, doctor. I appreciate that.
Okay, Umi-san. So, just to recap, you came in today because of sudden onset trouble swallowing, along with a headache, dizziness, nausea, and difficulty speaking. This all started this morning around lunchtime. You have a history of high blood pressure and you've smoked for many years. You live with your wife, who has been supportive, and you are understandably worried about what's going on. Is that all correct?
Yes, that's right.
All right, thank you for being so clear. We're going to run some tests to find out what's causing your symptoms, and then we'll discuss the next steps, okay?
Dr. Satomi did a great job gathering a lot of information quickly, using simple terms and making sure Umi-san felt comfortable. Remember, starting with open-ended questions, actively listening, affirming the patient's concerns, and confirming your understanding are key to a successful medical interview. The main points to take away from this interview are: always clarify the main symptom and its onset. Check for associated symptoms. Get a brief medical background, and also understand the psychosocial context. It's really important to see how the symptoms are impacting the patient's daily life and their support systems. And that's a wrap for today's medical interview simulation in English. Thanks for practicing with us, and we'll catch you next time. Hey, if you want to check your answers, head over to the National Medical Exam question 113F80-82. That's where you'll find all the details.